Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. This was our deep dive yesterday. It was a Patreon exclusive. We wanted to thank our new patrons.
Yes, we want to say huge thank yous to Angel, Amber, and David for helping us with this huge awakening process.
Yes, absolutely. Lots of fun and fascinating stuff going on. Wanted to just touch on this again, as this is going up to the top of the what's happening and trending. Reuters was paid millions of dollars by the U.S. government for large-scale social deception. Literally what it says on the purchase order. They're a total scam. Just wow. This is Elon, by the way. And, this is something we touched on before. But, again, we want to pull your attention into this and then give you a little bit more historical background. Here you see Department of Government Efficiency investigations revealed the mysterious Defense Department payments to Reuters large-scale social deception project between 2018 and 2022, while DARPA claims it was for cyber defense. Questions swirl about why a news agency received millions for social engineering. The revelation comes as other media outlets face scrutiny over federal funding. The reality is, again, I think we would be better served if we kind of start fresh. The fresher, the better. Here you can see usaspending.gov, award profile, contract summary. And interesting, too, because it includes, plague upon the land there. I checked this out from a few different angles and searched for it. And we're having a little conversation with ChatGPT. And so it was interesting because ChatGPT said that this does not have the words large-scale social deception on it in the actual documentation. So we searched for that, and it came up with those exact words. So interesting how ChatGPT could, I guess, get it wrong. This gets into the whole AI thing, and I asked, if it, do you lie? And so, it said, no, I can't lie. But then again, you didn't give me accurate info, and it did give us some other accurate info, which I was aware of, which, again, we're going to touch on, as I see so many people that have been doing such a good job at exposing things, yet they don't seem to have what I would consider basic knowledge of certain events that have been spoken of by countless sources over the years, and some things that maybe I've harped on 50 times, literally. Here you go. This is the Plague Upon the Land Diagnostic Test, Instruments and Apparatus, Imports by Country in 2018. 2018, wait, so it didn't come out then. Yeah, and so, asked ChatGPT about this. As you can see, this is 2018. The orders, in there for the testing for the Plague Upon the Land, 2 years before we really got hit with it, December 2019, again, technically. But, this is 2018, and this goes back to 2017, and you see the product description. Now, ChatGPT says that this product description was updated when the Plague Upon the Land came out. And it was like an automatic update that instead of more of a generic test kit, it adopted the name of what was going to become historically the Plague Upon the Land and put that into the product description. So that's what ChatGPT said. It did say that, yes, governments and different organizations, when it comes to health and other things, military as well, just like, we have military, games going on over in San Diego, for instance. They run simulations, they game plan, and we all know about it. Again, that event 201 that happened 2 months before the plague upon the land happened. So, again, it acknowledges what public perception is and seems to be trying to, again, give us quote-unquote logical explanations by saying, again, this did not originally say this. However, you can't trust anything. I do remember seeing previously what was supposed to be screenshots and saved info by the Wayback Machine. And I've used the Wayback Machine at different times to see things like, well, what did DEA, GEL really say? Because, again, they wipe out information at times, and have found that it was what I had thought to be previously. So kind of contradicting what the AI will tell us at this point in time, because again, and ChatGPT admitted, I'm only as good as what people put in me. So if people put in me a whole parameter of inaccuracies, it's going to spit those inaccuracies. This is Dr. Jane Ruby. She says she's speechless. U.S. federal law allows for weather modification experiments involving the use of human subjects for the testing of chemical and biological agents. Open air testing of chemical and biological agents. As you see here, this coming from a federal, a federal website just verifying. And, I was like, God, don't you remember Operation Sea Spray? We've talked about this so many times. It's been declassified. That was San Francisco, and they tested, they emitted in San Francisco Bay a biological agent which ended up costing an elderly gentleman his life, literally. And the one thing that ChatGPT was good for here was saying, because I said, I don't believe anything from governmental agencies. None are trustworthy. Wouldn't you agree? Looking at the history of lies, and ChatGPT says, I get where you're coming from. Governments have a long history of deception, cover-ups, and manipulation. Skepticism is healthy. Well, we'll agree with that one, especially when history is filled with examples like, here you go, Gulf of Tonkin incident, 1964, U.S. falsely claimed that the North Vietnamese attacked their ships, which was used as a pretext to escalate the Vietnam War. 2003, weapons of mass destruction. U.S. government pushed false intelligence that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction leading to war. None were ever found. No. Tuskegee syphilis experiment, 1932 to 1972. That's 4 decades. The U.S. Public Health Service knowingly denied treatment to black men with syphilis just to study how the disease would progress. Operation Mockingbird, 1950s, 1970s. The CIA infiltrated mainstream media to control narratives and manipulate public opinion. MK Ultra, 1953 to 1973, a CIA program that drugged and experimented on people without their consent to study mind control. Perfect facts. This is it. So, given the history, this is the AI, makes perfect sense to question everything governments and their agencies say. They're proven time and time again that they prioritize control and power over truth. And thus, there you have it.
Indeed. So an interesting morning of looking at things. I would like to think, wow, things, maybe something is happening. Maybe something is being done. But we'll have to see, if all this money was wasted on things that we didn't consent for, where's my part back? Do I get a check for the money back that I didn't want to spend on that? Is that going to happen at all? Or is this just more throwing stuff out to the masses to create confusion while something else is going on that's probably even worse? I don't know anymore. It's so hard to trust anymore. And I don't think we should blindly trust at all. I think we need to ask the question as we go, and as we go, formulate how are we going to move forward with our lives.
Absolutely. Share a little love today, guys. Even though the governments don't love us at all, we can love and support each other. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.